Hey guys, thanks for joining us again. Today's topic is going to be about a cashless society and what that might look like, what the benefits might be, and what the downside would be.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more downside than upside for sure.
Yeah, a cashless society, number one, will completely delete your privacy of anything that you buy or sell.
Right. Because right now, a lot of people, like if they, say they have someone come to their house and they're, having a project done, they'll pay them with cash. And there's no way the government or anyone knows that, that person was at your house and that they got paid. But if, most places you swipe a credit card and it's very easy to track that way.
Yeah, so let me read you a few things that might make you say, I might not want a cashless society. Okay, so kind of like what he was saying, you will have no choice but to declare every single penny that you make on taxes. So there's no more, hey, I just want to do the side job, turn a little bit extra cash, and I'm not defending people that are fraudulent on their taxes, but I'm saying it, every penny, every nickel and dime that you make, well, it won't be nickel and dimes, will it? If you're cashless, it's going to be showing up on the government's copy of everything. Another thing, the government will decide what you can and cannot purchase. If your transactions are deemed in any way questionable by the government, those who create the questions, your money will be frozen, and it's going to be for your own good. All right, so let's continue. Some things, there won't be any more cashes to give to relatives or your children, to throw on birthday cards. And what about the homeless? Let's talk about them for a second. So you pass by homeless on the street, maybe they're playing the guitar or the drums, and I'm sure you've seen that. And a lot of people, they'll have a hat out and you'll toss change or dollar bills into their hat. What happens to them? That's gone.
Yeah, no one's going to be able to give any money to anything like that.
No more charity collections, which is kind of like the homeless. No more, basically, entertainment, because your wages will barely cover the bills and your food. Because once it becomes cashless, that means the government is in control of how much everybody earns. So they want, want everybody on the same level, right?
Right.
No more stashing away cash for a rainy day.
Right, and that's like the one thing we're talking about. There's many people that don't use the bank right now, and so they just have money at home.
Yep.
And the thing with, like, what you're saying with the cashless society is you can't have that because the only way to pay for stuff is with a credit card or some other form of,
right.
like that.
Yeah, the unbanked represents about 7% right now in the U.S. I know a couple of my friends, they don't believe in banking, and so they absolutely just say, you know what, I'm fine keeping my money to myself. I'll keep it in a safe place. I won't have to worry about the banks if they close down or if they want to put a hold on my account. They don't have to worry about that, and I completely understand that, because we've had an incident that we're going through right now with PayPal, and they are holding quite a large sum of our money and will not release our funds for basically no reason, because they feel like that's what they can do. So we are kind of in a battle going on with that. So you have to be super careful right now, because they are leaning toward a cashless society. So you want to tell them the little tidbit that you found about Southwest?
Yeah, so it was either yesterday or the day before, but Southwest, they basically declared that they're no longer accepting cash at all their airports.
Yeah, and there's a lot of companies that are going to that era of, whoa, you're wanting me to take your cash? Oh, that's dirty. Oh, that's gross.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. But I was going to say, so many companies and even national governments, they are actually encouraging people to stop using cash to, basically they're saying stop spreading the virus, and they're trying to make everything where, they want everything to be touch-free.
Right. And
just where you don't have to deal with people like handing cash over. There's no, basically their whole thing is no contact is what they want.
And he can vouch for me on this. When this whole thing started on COVID, I told them, I said, I see where this is going, right? They hadn't even told us we needed to be quarantined yet. It was just, they were just making a big deal about the COVID thing. And I said, this is where it's going. They're going to shut us down. They're going to X, Y, and Z. And I was talking about the money. And I said, let me quote myself. I said, they're going to start saying money. Oh my gosh, that is so dirty. We cannot accept money because it carries COVID. Oh, we're all going to get sick. We're all going to die if we take the cash from you. So here we are. Here we are, 3-4 months later, and here we are saying it's going to go cashless. There are benefits.
Yeah.
There's benefits, right? You don't have to carry around a wallet. You don't have to worry about counting out the change and the cash. But what about if a bank has a cyber attack and all your information is taken? I mean, they don't talk about those kind of things. I mean, then that leads into a host of issues.
Yeah, it does. And the other thing with the cashless society that is setting the stage for it is there are a lot of banks and other companies saying they are running out of coins. And there's actually, and you can do a quick Google search and pop it up, but there's actually companies right now saying they're running out of coins and they want people to bring coins to them. And then the funny part is they take the people's coins and then they give them back, maybe like a gift card or something, to their store, which takes the coins away from that person, which I think is kind of a brilliant way. If you want to get rid of coins, you have all these major companies say, bring us your coins and then we'll give you a gift card or something in exchange, and then they can dispose of those coins or do whatever they want with them.
Basically, they've quit, from my understanding, they've quit making mint. I mean, it's kind of like over with. So, we are headed to that point. China is basically a cashless society. India, Sweden.
Yeah.
And what about people that are poor and they don't have good credit and they don't have credit cards? I mean, there's a host of issues that's going to come up with all of this stuff.
Well, the thing we were talking about is right now, China, like going on what you're talking about like, the credit and all that. China, they have a thing called the social credit score.
Yeah.
And we'll go in depth about this more in another video. But basically, what it does is it tells a person like basically how good of a person they are in society. And if your social credit score goes below a certain number, you can't even purchase an airplane ticket, get on the plane, you can't get a job. And there's a lot of things that has to do with your social credit score. And it kind of seems like that system is going to be put in place in a lot of places.
Yeah, I believe it will be coming here soon. I guarantee you it will. But if you haven't heard about what we're talking about, it's called the China Social Credit Score. You can look it up yourself. You will learn gobs and gobs about it. But like he said, we will gather more information and we will make a video about that.
Yep. And the other thing right now is, according to the National Association of Convenience Stores, they're saying American consumers pay cash in more than a third of all in-person transactions. And so again, they know that a lot of people are paying in cash. So what better way, like we said earlier, than them saying with this virus, well, let's go ahead and say, money is too dirty and we have to go to all, just swipe your credit card. And plus they want people to see it so much easier with a credit card. And I mean, it is, but there's also a lot of negative benefits if you go to a cashless society like we've been talking about.
Yeah, no more tipping the waiters with just cash. You will have absolutely no privacy. They're going to know where you traveled, what you bought when you traveled, when you went to the grocery store, how much you spent. I mean, and like I said, they can put freezes on all this stuff. So let's say that they only say, you know what, we're going to give you a credit of, $50 to spend each week. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And once that $50 is gone, sorry, you'll have to wait till next week when you get another $50.
Yeah.
I mean, people think it's just a lot of people think it's just, oh, well, it sounds great to me. I mean, I use my Visa card most of the time anyway. But we have an option. If I want to go and pay somebody cash for mowing my yard, I have that option.
And I was just thinking about something that would happen in a cashless society. So let's say someone, they want to pay with cash. And so, right now someone could hand someone a $50 bill and do that. But right now if it's online, and let's say like credit processors, they don't want that person. If you try to give that person a $50 and you want to give it to them, it would just say decline.
Yeah.
And that person can't take any money. So I could see it. I mean, in China, there's already things that are kind of like that with their social credit score.
It's really scary. And there are also, like I said, some benefits. For instance, people that buy and sell drugs, that's always done in cash, of course, so there's no trace. So that's a good thing. Or human trafficking, again, it's a good thing because, how are they going to pay for it?
Yeah.
But, there's pros and cons to everything. But from what I've done in research, what you've done in research, most of the things that I'm looking at, I would never want a cashless society. I want the choice. We are in the USA. We are, founded on our forefathers and freedom, and that is part of our freedom. And they should not take away that choice, but they are taking away that choice. It's coming.
It is.
I mean, they're. I can't remember which state it was in, but they were already trying to go that cashless, and there was a congressman, and he said, no, we're not doing this. And he fought it, and he won. Mm-hmm. So there was, I think, a couple of coffee shops that he had went into, and they were doing the cashless, and that's where he kind of got triggered.
Yeah.
And so they started accepting the cash again, but, for how long?
Yeah, I mean, there's many people that would want to just get rid of cash anyway, so it's already going that way.
Yeah. And to be honest, I mean, I use my debit card quite a bit too. I mean, it is convenient because you don't have to worry about the bills and stuff, but I still want that choice, and I don't want everything that I do, I don't want that where everybody can see it if they want to see it. I don't like that. I like my privacy, and I'm a very good girl. I'm not going to go out and do anything wrong, but if I go out and buy something, that should be my private business.
Yep, it should. Yeah. And I mean, this is the kind of system that it needs to be put in place for the Antichrist, and that's why we're seeing it be put in place right now, and it's just a big foreshadow of what it is to come.
Yeah, because it absolutely has to be in place in order for him to implement the mark of the beast. And if you haven't watched any of our videos, we've touched on the mark of the beast. Something you do not want to get during the tribulation, but we as the church should never, ever have to make that choice. So, that's our hope that we're holding on to. But yeah, it's got to be implemented for the Antichrist to come in and say, you know what, if you want to buy anything, I'm going to shut down your account until you take this mark.
Yep.
Easy for him to do.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Well, I guess you want to go ahead and end it for this video?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go ahead and end this for this video. As always, if you have any prayer requests, please leave them below, and we will make sure to get back with you on all that.
Yeah. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, leave those in the comments below too, and we will be continuing to make these videos and hope you will join us. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
See ya.